Hey everybody. Today is Thursday, so in the soap world, it's kind of interesting because sometimes they wait until Friday to give you a really good episode and then give you a cliffhanger, and then sometimes it's Thursday, so it just depends. Um, but they did not disappoint today. And okay, so here are the storylines that are going on right now. Kyle is still working with Victor Newman against his family, which now it's dividing his parents. Jack is in favor of his son and still trying to believe the best in him. And Diane is ready to just, she's already given up, like mentally, but she's about to give up also all the way because she's not convinced that Kyle stole the formula for one of their products, and she's prepared to go to the police and press charges against her own son. Now, I, I don't know. I try to see both sides. Um, for one, Kyle, I this is what I believe. Kyle did try to protect his mother as much as he could when she wasn't doing what was needed in the business. And he got fed up with it and said, if you don't go, I will, and all this stuff. And then she had him fired. We all know that part. Okay, so that's the catalyst for all the problems in their family, right? Okay, but now the ripple effect is now she's convinced of what I just said. And so you see how it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger? Okay, that's that's the way it goes. Okay. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. I mean, I know what side everybody is on, but I don't know what's actually gonna happen here. So we're right there for this storyline. Okay, the next storyline is now Claire may or may not be involved, um, because she cares for Kyle now. We all know that. Okay. And I told you last week, or maybe the beginning of this week, that she's willing to work with Jack to make it good for Kyle because she doesn't want to go. She doesn't want Kyle to go down the wrong path or whatever, right? But now okay. Here's what happened today, and here's the problem I have. It apparently Claire's supposed to be an adult child, right? Okay. So why is she talking to her parents about what's going on with somebody else? To the extent that she did. If you don't want your parents' opinion about something, you don't tell your parents what's going on. Now, I'm not saying that if it's not really bad, yes, you might want to get their opinion. But on something like this, it's like, well, what do you expect your parents to do? Your parents are going to try to protect you. That's what a parent does, or at least should do. For most people believe that. Okay. All right. Um. So yeah. Okay. The most comical moment of today's episode is I told you that Jack Abbott and Victor Newman have a feud going on for decades, right? Okay. Well, it reached its boiling point, and you'll be happy to know that no chairs went through windows. However, um, Victor has some choice words, or Jack has some choice words for Victor. And Victor just took it in stride because that's how he is. But it was really funny and bad at the same time. And I felt bad for somebody, but then I was like, oh my God. Because I couldn't believe he actually said it. What he said, I couldn't believe he said it. Um, he called him some choice words. Okay, like think about what you would call a guy if you don't care what you say. Think about it. What's the most insult you could give to a guy? Just run through the list in your head. And one of those things is what? Um, Jack called Victor. So I'll leave it at that. But it was really funny. Um, and kind of like wow, and then funny, you know. So okay, and then for the piece de resistance, which I think is kind of funny. Given that tomorrow, I've already warned you. I warned you a week ahead of time, but I'm just giving you a reminder. Tomorrow is the big standalone episode for Michelle Stafford celebrating 30 years on Young and the Restless, but it's going to focus clips of, it's going to show clips of Phyllis, you know? So, like I said, I'm intrigued because I want to see how far back they go. And I want to see how many times they show the feud between Sharon and Phyllis. So, that's what I'm interested in. Um, okay, so the storyline today was about how now Sharon. Spoiler alert! I guess if you haven't seen the soap opera for months now, Sharon committed a crime, and now they're finally going into an investigation of said crime, and apparently Sharon planted some evidence to make Daniel look guilty. He's not guilty. He was nowhere near the house, so he's not guilty. But he looks guilty because they don't know that Sharon did it yet. And of course, Sharon, when she was questioned or interrogated by Chance, she implicated Daniel and threw him under the bus. So that's why Daniel is now in trouble. Now I hope for Daniel's sake that he's not going to remain in trouble because he didn't do anything. And I really hope they don't go down the wrongfully accused and wrongfully arrested. And I really hope they don't go to wrongfully convicted part because that would be just a shame. But yeah, so that's where we are with that one. But that's the last piece of it. So, but I could see that Phyllis had that fire in her eye that she gets when she's protecting her kids or her family. So Sharon better look out. The character of Sharon better look out. Although it would be really cool to see I'm just saying for future, to see Sharon Case and Michelle Stafford duke it out, you know? That'd be kind of cool. Maybe that'd be my cat fight I've been looking for. So, alright, bye guys.